Okay guys, weekend of the 7th of January and we're on the FTSE 100. Now I'm actually making this video on the Friday this week because I'm heading up north after I finish these videos. I'm heading up to Glencoe. My friend is visiting from Australia, so we're having one last hurrah in the holiday period before I get back to work. Now before we start the reviews, also I hope you all had a great Christmas and New Year. It's good to get a little bit of time to refresh, get some time away from the charts. Especially if you are a beginner and you've been having a little bit of trouble, it's a good time to just re-energize yourself, refocus yourself, and then you can get back to it in January. Okay, so for the FTSE 100 coming into next week, what are we looking at? Well, the first thing is the market has been in an uptrend. You could call it the Christmas rally, you can call it whatever you want, but we've been making a nice bullish movement. Now for today, actually for the last couple of days, all I've been going over with subscribers is basically if we break up above this level right here, around about the 7,700 tag, the spikes up, we can expect a move up toward 7,720 at a minimum. Now that has actually happened today. So for coming into next week, the first thing to go over is we are in an uptrend, an uptrending movement. When this is happening, it's important not to try and pick a top just for the sake of picking a top. You know, a lot of people can see a movement like this and they start to think things like, surely this can't continue, surely the sellers are going to step in. They start just trying to sell into the market and it never ends well. So really looking at this uptrend, it has been following a fairly steep trend line. If we just put this in, you can see the market, we were sitting in a little bit of a range, we then broke up, we came back down, we've tested, we then pressed up again, and we have tested when the market was finding some resistance at the 7,700 level. So really, as long as we are following this trend line on the way up, we can just consider this market to be in a fairly strong bullish movement. If we do continue to make this bullish run on the Friday, this is why I like to do the videos at the weekend when the market is closed. But for this week, as I mentioned, I can't do that. If we do continue to break up, this whole section right here, around about 7,705 down toward 7,685, becomes the first area to look for potential pullbacks and continuation. So if you see the market pulling back, especially if it's lining up with the sloping trend line, great area to start looking for potential continuation. What we'll probably find next week as well is the volatility on the FTSE, and in fact all of the markets will start to pick up again. No doubt lots of people took the extra holiday with where New Year fell. They would have taken off the remainder of this week and they'll be coming back on the Monday. Now really, it's only if we start breaking back down below this trend line that I would then start to be happy to look for a stronger correction, stronger pullback on the FTSE, and really for me the next key levels of support start when we get all the way back down to 7,580 toward 7,565 and really down toward 7,550 also, and 7,540. So really looking at this as two bands of potential support, one here and one here. After such a strong move up like this, if we do pull back into these levels, it becomes a good area to look for the buyers to once again start to step back in, looking for continuation of the strong bullish movement. You know, we have just broken up above the previous all-time highs and we have just continued to make a nice strong bullish movement. So it's showing strength in the market. Doesn't mean that if we do pull back to these levels, we will then see another new high made, but what it does mean is this becomes a sensible area to look for bulls stepping in. When we're day trading, we're just looking for the areas where the money is going to be coming into the market or going to be taken out of the market. We're not looking for the very long-term moves. We're just basically riding the coattails of the bigger funds, the bigger traders. So if we break down below this level, as I mentioned, it becomes potential resistance, especially if it's lining up with the sloping trend line once again. Just get rid of these arrows. We also have a more minor level down here. Really 7,650 to 7,625. For me though, a stronger level below there starts, I'm actually going to adjust this. Looking at this again, I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to have a level sitting at around about 7,597. So around about the 7,600 round number up toward 7,620. For me, this is a stronger level. You could just raise this up a little bit to take into account that spike down at 7623 right here. Like this. You can see the market came up, it paused at this level, it then tried to break up, maintained contact, and then we got the break up. We came back down, we tested that level before we then once again pressed higher. Now really, for next week, those are the main areas I am going to be watching. And if we can just continue this strong bullish movement that we have been making, I'll be watching the trend line. I'll then be looking at structure. I'll also be looking on the 4-hour time frame for a little bit more evidence of the structure that the market is making, and I'll just continue to look for pullbacks and bullish continuation. It's only if we really start to break down below this trend line that I would then start to look for the weakness and that potential correction. We do have support at 7,650. But for me, really the main area starts at 7,625 to 7,600. A little bit more of a minor level here. But then if we do start to break down to 7,580 to 7,565, 7,550 to 7,540, again, these become good levels to look for potential bullish continuation once again. Okay guys, so as always, I hope that was helpful. I hope you're all looking forward to getting back to the charts. I know I certainly am. It's good to have some time off. But if you're a trader especially, you tend to find that you actually enjoy your work. So I am looking forward to getting back to it. Okay guys, I'm James Orr, and thank you.